Thank you very much. Well, all I can say ukuthi kumnandi kwelakithi from insizwa yakamtunga umzilikazi kaMashobane. I can tell you that it's been nothing but a humbling experience being in front of such diverse cultures, being in front of such different people, different race groups, and of course, most importantly, being in the midst of the family of the late Adam Kokstad III. Now, you also recall that not so long ago, Deputy President and Acting President David Mabuza actually unveiled the statue of Adam Kok III. But with me, I've got Mr. Peter Samuels, who also happens to be a direct descendant of Adam Kok III, who will tell us about their jubilation and their mood here today. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Peter Samuels, the statue was unveiled today. How are you taking it as a family? What's the general mood?
Well, the family is very excited about this gesture by government and the acceptance and the speeches made by the Deputy President honoring Adam Kok as a great leader of our people, the Griqua folk. And to that end, we appreciate all that local government and national government has done in recognizing his contribution to the history and to the well-being of all the people who were his subjects at the time while he lived.
Now, Mr. Samuels, each time I talk to you, always raise the land issue, but you still have a problem with that. Tell us more about that.
The land issue is very sensitive to our people because the land is tantamount to their survival, or was tantamount to their survival. And we feel that at this point in this democratic dispensation, we should have at least made some progress towards recovering the lost lands of our forefathers. And I still maintain that there is only one thing that stands in the way of us reclaiming our lost heritage, our lost land, and our lost culture. And that is the 1913 Natives Act, which has been incorporated into the democratic constitution of South Africa.
Now, Mr. Peter, most importantly, do you think that enough is being done to preserve the culture of the Khoi and San people right here in Kokstad?
Kokstad has a very rich culture and history regarding in particular, the Griqua people who trekked with Adam Kok from West Griqua land over the Maluti Mountains, now called the Drakensberg Mountains, and settled in this area. When they arrived here, each family that traveled with him received a farm, which was surveyed by a surveyor sent by the Cape Colonial Government, and those are recorded in the provincial archives. In the archives, you will find a land register, and on that land register, the very first owner of every farm is a Griqua person, and all of these farms were granted as perpetual quittance, which means that these farms should never ever be sold, or could never ever be sold, but passed down from generation to generation. But with the disposition that happened after the annexation of East Griqua land by the British colonial government, that has never ever come to light, where the people where the people need to be given a chance to have their say and to reclaim the lands that were taken by force, most of them at the barrel of a gun. After the parents had died off, we have found out that farms had been transferred into colonialist names without the children of the original owners ever knowing that this had been done. So that when their parents passed on, they were approached by the new owner of the farm, in whose name the farm had been registered, with the assistance of the corrupt lawyers that moved into Kokstad. At that time, there were 5 law firms that all at once descended on Kokstad and started transferring these farms into the colonialist names. And most of them still are in those people's names. They have been sold between different colonialists. You'll find some of the land registers are 3 or 4 pages long. It just goes to show the amount of corruption that ensued after the death of Adam Kok III.
Now, Mr. Samuels, you said to me earlier on that you are going to lobby and follow governments. How do you plan to do that?
What we plan to do is to approach local government, provincial government, and national government in order that we start a dialogue in addressing this issue, which for 24 years has not been addressed. while we recognize and accept the attempts by government to bring in a new dispensation by debating the land expropriation without compensation, we still need to address the total loss of the total land mass of East Griqualand to colonialists.
Thank you very much, Peter Summers. That is Peter Summers, a direct descendant of Adam Kok III. Now with me here, I've got my colleague, Mr. Simpiwe Makanya, who will just give us an overview and the reaction over the Deputy President's speech, David Mabuza. Simpiwe.
All right, we're going to come out of that. President Cyril Ramaphosa is in New York.